But right now, we are getting into part 4, our wetland filter, and how we decided to do the wetland filter, the waterfall, and what our goals are here.
Welcome back. It's Saturday. We were off Friday because of rain. Today, we're hoping we can get at least a half day in before we get more rain. It's incredible. The pond in the back here is all the way up to the beach area. It's looking great, but this is more water than we want at this point. So what we're working on right now is the hot tub deck. We're gonna build out the wall around here, and then we're gonna get started in on our drainage for this downspout on the house here. So see, we're gonna get that run across, so that's daylighting out on the other side of the waterfall and going down into the big natural pond that already exists here. Then we're going to start working on our waterfall and biofalls area. It's going to be great, but man, we're up against some challenges. There's mud, there's water, there's frogs galore. I mean, I think within 5 minutes we all found like 10 frogs. So we're just going to keep working, keep plugging away, do what we can, get this done however we need to. All right? Please stay tuned. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll let you know how it goes.
Drainage system can also catch any of the groundwater that gets up here too.
It's been a great day. We've gotten the new stairs in. They're all set up, looking great. They're real easy to get up and down. We love it. We're building out our wall that's going to support our wetland filter.
So we've got the staircase here finished, so that can pretty much come out of the water. Check it out. Go either way. This will be where our mats are, will be where the hot tub is gonna sit. Aiden's finishing up with some details up there on top of that wall area. Be able to do some plantings in there. And the staircase coming up. Now we've got the wetland filter area, which is gigantic. I think we're gonna have a liner in here that is 25 by 50. You guys are starting the big waterfall area coming out of the wetland. The pond dome takes hold of the giant rock. Alright, so I want to show you guys, we cut off the pipe to the roof. We've also plumbed it up. So I'll give you a look down there, how we've got it set up with a check valve, just so when we turn it off, any water in the plumbing that way won't be going down. Can't really see the pump too well, I guess, but it does have a float. And that's going to keep it so the groundwater stays below our pipe under the pond there. That way, when we drain this, it won't be a big bubble. So we've taken that black pipe into some drain tile here, wrapped that in fabric, and we're going to daylight that down low. So every time this goes off, it'll just spit into here and that'll dissipate through that drain tile. Making great progress though, really taking shape. Fun to watch these guys play some of these big boulders on this awesome waterfall. Stay tuned. Hopefully we get lucky with the weather a little more and get this thing running for you soon. Thanks y'all. Peace.
We'll have 18 inches of gravel of various sizes on top of those aqua blocks. So we'll have 6 inches of our 2 to 4, 6 inches, 1.5 inches, 6 inches of 3/4 inch gravel. So humongous filter for this big pond, but it's going to be so great. And then we'll have to bring some water over the top of that wetland filter because we have such strong pumps and we really want to make sure the waterfall is like, whoa. So with that, we'll show you how we put our diffusers on top of the wetland filter and make sure that that water is going over the top and giving us the wow effect. Justin's working on the intake bay. He's got a good vision going on. I'm going to let him do his thing because he's just as talented, right? And then we've got our guys working on the wetland filter. Right now, you can see where Justin is standing right there. That is going to be our shelf. So that is at about 68 inches, 68.5 inches above our 0 point. What that means is we have over 6 feet of height change before that waterfall is cresting down into the pond between our water line and where we're starting here. So that makes it so how do we figure out what we need to do is we need to set our first deck. That's where the waterfall is the wetland filter is gonna fill up, and it's gonna go over that deck and it's gonna spill into a waterfall that starts the big waterfall. From there, you know that you want 3 feet depth. So the guys have dug 3 feet deep off of that spot. That's our 0 spot. That 3 foot depth makes it so that we know where we have to go. After that, we have to dig in our centipedes. The centipedes will kind of be another foot deep, and that makes sure water evenly distributes up through these aqua blocks. So I'm pretty excited. Things are working out the way we want them to, and we're just going to keep plugging away here while the weather agrees with us. It's really nice when the weather does agree because we're getting a lot done. All right, keep watching, everyone. Before you know it, we're going to be able to say, check this out. We can see it when you get there. How about that? Bye-bye. We've got our liner down, we've got a layer of fabric down, then we put a layer of liner, only one layer of liner always, and then another layer of fabric on top of that, which will be underneath the aqua blocks. Right now the guys are working on something we forgot about, was digging a small trench for our 2-inch line to come up and out of the bottom of this. The next part of the process for us is locking in the aqua blocks. We like to use 6 to 12-inch boulders on our edges where we can fit in the bigger rocks like Aiden's doing there. Working our way up to 2 to 4 inch. Then we'll put 2 to 4 inch gravel over the whole aqua blocks. We'll have about 6 inches of that.
The reason we put the 6 to 9 on top of the aqua blocks is it covers up the aqua blocks in a way that doesn't allow smaller gravel to fall through. Also, the different sized gravel allows for different types of colonies of bacteria to grow on them and help keep this pond crystal clear. In the center, you can see our snorkel unit. That goes down to a centipede unit that runs the whole length of this wetland filter. And that's where the water is going to come in from the pumps, and it's going to allow it to flow up through this gravel. That bacteria that's going to grow on this rock and gravel is going to eat up all the nutrients and keep this pond nice and clear, nice and clean, so it can be refiltered back into the pond. Perfect swimming. Couldn't ask for more.
There's a lot of work to do. What I'm loving is we've got all our huge rocks placed. We've got some really cool stuff happening with the waterfall. I'm really excited to get that running. Today we're going to try and utilize my friend Jared, who's here from Georgia. We did a few episodes there where we helped him build a waterfall that went into his pool, and then we also built a waterfall at his property. So that's where they're living now, and they're enjoying that waterfall regularly. Love to hear about that. So Jared actually helped us do the 3D rendering for this project to help the clients kind of envision what I had in mind, because this is just a huge project. And whenever you get into these really big projects like this, we really want to do everything we can to encourage your confidence that you chose the right people for that big project. So in this case, I reached out to Jared because he'd shown me a few of his 3D designs, and he was happy to help. Well, he was excited to come out here and see what does it actually look like when you start building it, the 3D design versus reality. So it's pretty fun to pull him in. It's gonna look so large now that we start filming everything without that big machine in the background. We are just working on the wetland filter. I'll take you up there and we'll show you some of the rock work we did, kind of explain how we did that. And like I said, the guys are just working on detail work. So let's go take a look around a little bit and see what they're up to.
What we're doing right now is we're going through trying to plug up all the holes. With all the rain we've had, we've been able to see exactly where water is running, where it's coming through all our little cracks and crevices. So we're trying to get in, plug those up so we don't have erosion. So we know that the water is getting directed to the right areas. We've got our drainage system that runs right behind me here, and then out over there. We want everything up here to stay up here and then get directed out through that drainage system and not be coming through these stairs and pulling all this dirt out down into the pond.
Perfect, thank you.
We can see where it's leaking through on the cracks. We're just trying to plug all of it up so nothing can go down or get through onto this spot right here. So we're just trying to fill it up as best as we can.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I don't know what day number it is yet, but I will find out soon, because tomorrow I plan on doing some transferring of cameras, and that's usually when I figure out what day we're actually on. I know that the rain has definitely been affecting the pace at which we're working on the project here, but I gotta say the clients have been awesome and understanding, and that's really helpful, because we're trying to create a piece of artwork and we don't want to feel rushed while we're doing that. And I gotta say, like, this is really turning into quite a piece of artwork. So we've got a lot ahead of us. I don't know if you remember Jared, but Jared had me help him and come mentor him on water features down in Georgia. It was last winter, 2023, in January. It was awesome. We went down there for a week, ended up spending 3 weeks with him. Our families get along really well, and my family was sure excited to see him when he got here. So he came in on Friday evening, went and toured a bunch of water features with us. So if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button and make sure to stay tuned, because we've got a revisiting series where we get to take you back to some of our water features and just see how loved they've been by our clients. It was so exciting to see, and fueling of the fire, because every one of our clients has done something to personalize it and make it their own, and we learned a lot while we were out there too. Well, I think where we're at is the wetland filter and trying to finish up that episode for you guys, and we will kind of show you how the wetlands come together, and that's about it. 10 minutes, I'm covering. All right, thank you. All right, we've got ourselves a garden gnome, rinsing down our rock, washing things down. So we've decided to pull the trigger on the final draining, leading to our final fill. So right now we're just rinsing all this mud and stuff from the project down into this so that we can flush it all out and drain it. once it's all drained, we'll show you what we have to do from there. And we'll show you why it was so important to have our hydrostatic relief in. That is now one step away from being finalized. That step is we're gonna screw the lid on. It is a very dangerous thing when you look down in there, so we want to make sure that that's screwed on and it's not easy to get to. It actually isn't. It has a special drill bit that you need to put that on. So it's not something that's going to come off very easily, but it'll always be plugged in as it is right now, and then it's going to be draining to the field. So we'll end up having to dig back a little ways and get it past their grass line, and that's why we have some more drainage there. So there is a couple things left on the hydrostatic relief, I suppose, but that is just key. And you saw with those bubbles we were dealing with early on why that had to be added. So with that running, we're confident that the bubble will be gone and that we will be finding really nice compacted dry soil down underneath our liner now, because this has been running for the last week and a half. So I'm excited. Things are going well, and we're just going to keep pushing along. All right, we got a 90 going down into our pump vault there.
It will.
Will be going down into there. It's the sweeping 90 to reduce any kind of airlocks or anything that might be weird. Then we have our airlock brake right there. That's our siphon brake. That'll unscrew for the winter when we take it apart, so everything will drain out properly without having to drain a lot of the pond. And behind us by the pumps there are the union valve and the ball valve. So that union will be able to take the pumps apart. The ball valve makes it so we don't have tons of water coming at us, and then we'll be able to move the pump slightly if we need to and allow for that water to drain out. All right, guys, what's up? Thanks for joining us. We are now at the final fill stage, so we've got all sorts of hoses running every which way. The guys are still working on detail work while they can, but we've got everything pretty much below that 4-foot depth all the way ready. So we're ready to put 2.5 feet of water in here, get those bubbles pushed out, get that water pushed into our hydrostatic relief. This is filling. It is filling faster than I was expecting. They've got some really good water pressure happening here. And we're keeping that well right where they want it, but we are filling up fast, and that is already pushing our bubbles down, and that is something that's going to make me very happy. We are Pond King Water Gardens, where we create living works of art, 1 yard at a time. Oh my gosh, we got Tom Cruise here. We've already seen, you used to have the hair. Look at that, that was pretty impressive. Someone snuck up on there. Oh, come on! I gotta do the talking!